Shang-Chi is going to be much better than the Chavez. A little bit crazy to think about. Kitty come back. She's going to be slightly better than the Demon. Then it's Shang-Chi. Then is the Demon to be able to get +1 on Bishop. Feels pretty good. Oh, the Doom slides in. But the Angela is 13, my friend. Kitty Pryde got her to 13. Bishop buffs up to win as well. It's a beautiful board. Huge PSA for the newest card that we have received into the game, Kitty Pryde. She is creating a brand new niche play pattern that is absolutely breaking a number of the interactions that we thought were going to be beneficial for her in the game. So let's break down what you could really expect out of this card. I still got a great deck to be able to share with you guys to get you started playing alongside her, be able to see what she can do. But let's get in here. So she starts at a 1-0. Kitty Pryde, you can return this to your hand to gain +2 power. You return her during the planning phase of your turn when you're figuring out where your cards are going, to what lanes. She's going to have an indicator. You can then drag her back into hand, and then you can play her immediately if you want to be able to receive the buff on her card the next time that she reveals. Now, we thought this ability to hop back into hand was going to be synergizing with the Collector. This is not true. The Collector, if you return her and play her immediately, never sees her return to hand and does not buff himself. He is not programmed to check the hand for card additions during the planning phase of your turn. Additionally, the Beast interaction is not at all what I was hoping for. So we have a couple layers here. Beast is going to return your other cards at this location to your hand. They cost 1 less. So he has both a return and a energy discount. When Kitty Pryde is returned by Beast, she does not gain this +2 power. She only gains the +2 power if she returns of her own volition. The other side of this, the energy cheat, also doesn't work the way that we want it to. If Beast returns her back to hand, she will cost 0. But then, if you return her on a future turn and play her immediately, she's going to reset to 1. So the discount from Beast is a 1-turn temporary change, which is different than any of the other cards. Any of the other 1-drops that get discounted by the Beast returned, they will cost 0, and then when Falcon picks them back up, they are still going to be 0 to allow you to play them yet again for free. We really wanted Kitty Pryde to just be free for the rest of the game if you were taking time to hit her with the Beast, so that you could really capitalize on scaling her up by bouncing and returning her consistently. And now for the final interaction. If you hold Kitty Pryde in hand for a turn, then her interactions work the way that you expect. That's when a Collector will notice that she's been added to hand to be able to buff himself, and she will lock back in on the 0 price tag that Beast is supposed to be giving her. Hopefully we get alterations, a hotfix around this card as soon as possible, because I want Kitty Pryde to be so good. I love this bounce archetype. We are shoving her into the Hawk Bounce deck that I think is the best version at the moment in the meta. It is competing alongside the classic bounce, which was using the Human Torch, but I really like what this is doing, calling it Bouncing Kitties because of how pivotal both Bast and Kitty Pryde are. So Kitty Pryde, with these interactions being very wonky, she's expensive. You're setting her up as a 1-0, which is just a straight loss for you, but then in the future, you're able to return and play her for +2 power, which is just the tempo threshold, 1 energy for 2 power. You have to have Angela or Bishop, Bishop established, my steampunk boys are confusing me, to be able to make money in terms of additional power generation, especially because the Collector interaction is not working the way that we really want it to. Also, the Bast here, very pivotal to be able to set Kitty Pryde, get her that jump start up to 3. That's a pretty big hop for the card, and then makes her feel a lot more impactful as you play down to the board and come back on up. So what I have done is I have shoved her in here where Black Widow had been before. Black Widow is servicing the Hawk, also pairs very well with the Bast. Honestly, I think that Shang-Chi could be the flex slot here. If you want to bring Black Widow back in, I would cut the Shang-Chi. Everything else I'm very happy with. So Bast is able to accelerate everything here, especially huge on the Mysterio, changing it from a 0-0 illusion and then the 2-4 base to 3 power on all 3 cards, and also get the Angela, the Bishop really pumping. The key here is if we can hit Kitty onto Angela and get a couple extra buffs out of her at the same time that Bishop is developed, we can see a fantastic board state develop for us, and then try and figure out to be able to close out the game if we are running a combo alongside Shang-Chi and Kitty Pryde, or if we are dropping down the America Chavez for just a shove of points with hopefully a couple free cards that Beast or Falcon has returned back into hand. Let's hit the boards, see how we do. If you guys have been rocking the Kitty, you're going to have to let me know what your early impressions are with the card, and if you found success in an alternate deck list. I want to test as much as possible. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow here on the channel with a lot of Kitty Pryde testing. Hopefully we get word from the developer, at least whether or not her current interactions are working as intended and what we can expect moving forward with the card. Do I want to pick up the hood already? If I pick up the hood already, then I would be able to play it again to generate an additional demon, but I feel like the synergy between Angela and Falcon is so strong, we want to develop the Angela as soon as possible, and we'll watch the hood get taken out by Murder World to our benefit. Fantastic Patriot list here to battle up against to test our might. I'm going to go Mysterio Demon. Yes. Then I can use Falcon to pick the demon up later on. We'll lose an illusion, but that opens up more board space. Patriot I've kind of seen as the gatekeeper for a meta deck. To be a competitive deck, you got to get past the Patriot, so this is going to be a great test for us. They do get to develop the Patriot. If he hits his combos, he can be very hard to stop, and unfortunately, we're running the Shang-Chi instead of a Rogue or Enchantress, which would be protected from the big house anyway, so it might be asking too much to be able to mess with them as it is. If we go Bast Falcon here, I get to pick up the 2. Bast is hitting Hawk, the Gambit. Gambit is an interesting line there, eh? I'll take it, I'll take it. Turn down our music a little bit. Alright, so trying to find the right balance on these other lists. Okay, we pick up the rock from the debris, kind of fun. There's Kitty, okay. Finally get to show ya off. Hawk, and then I guess I'm gonna play the Kitty. Here's the thing. I could just rock Demon for 6. I feel like we're not going to be running a Chavez finish, so I'm gonna go ahead and develop Kitty to be able to see her interaction here. Wish that Kitty could have gotten tagged by the Bast. That's all right. I'm going to be trusted in the Gambit, I think, to get a pivotal pull for us. There's Kitty. She's established. She gets this blue indicator. Yoinked back to hand. Now, if I play her again, she'll get the +2. It's not indicated on the card. There's a number of wonky things with Kitty, okay? Hopefully we continue to improve with the UI here. I'm going to just sacrifice the big house. There's no shot. So it's going to be Demon coming in to assist, and then the Gambit to try and blow something up. And then the Bast. It's not bad. I'm throwing, and I have the real Mysterio to be able to reveal as well. In light of the real Mysterio, do I reallocate Kitty and Bast? It's like the slightest of alterations. Yeah, I return you, which is the only way to undo your positioning with Kitty. You have to go here and do undo all actions. Once you've returned her to hand, then it's just going to act like, yeah, I'm trying to play her to different locations. But I will play you here. I'll play you here. I'll play you here. I'm anticipating an Ultron play. I'm trying to be able to win in all cases, which on whatever side Ultron drops. If Ultron drops left, right now I'm adding 3, 4, 5. Plus 5 to 17. They'd be at 14. I would win. If they drop Ultron here, they get the 4/4, so an additional 8. Yes, it's the same. Wherever they play Ultron is the exact same +8, and then it would take us. I feel pretty good about this. I think that we pulled it out. No, the Hawk. The Shang-Chi is not what I expected at all. And then I don't think that we have enough. Gambit, please, you have to hit something on the left. Oh. Gambit says, no, the game was in my hands the whole time. Ooh. Let's go. Into our next one, and if you guys enjoy these style of deck guides, and especially following videos for the latest cards releasing, then show some love to the video. It helps promote us out to the rest of the community. Really excited to be able to get reviews out, especially with how expensive the cards are in tokens. Make sure that you understand what you're investing into and don't get into something that you weren't expecting. Drop the demon here and then play Bast. Yeah, of course we play Bast. We had the Hood die to the Vormir. I'll probably set a Bishop on a left. And then with Bast hitting these cards, it feels incredible. Titan, not going to be super impactful. We'll go Bishop here. Okay, so Kitty Pryde will be able to now, if I play in Bouncer, she's going to be generating 3 points per play, a 1-3 effectively, buffing the Bishop as she goes. I want to Org. I didn't really want to pick up the Demon or the Bast, but I want to have as much out of Korg as possible. I'm thinking like Korg, Falcon, and then Kitty. I don't want Kitty being returned by the Falcon. I want to return her of her own ability to get the buff. Yeah. And I would like to replay the Korg later on because I have Hawk in hand, benefiting from the size of their deck, getting larger and larger as Korg gives them little pebbles, chips off his own block. Return, pick up the Demon and the Bast. So that's undone, but I get to play them again. These are all like the Demon at 1-7, upping the Bishop, Bast it to 1-2. Okay, Murder World is too late for it to activate. Hearing the sound effect, I freaked out. I pick you back up. I Korg. I Beast. Then I play. Oh, let's go. They saw the engine turning. They had nothing to stop us. This deck is gas when you hit your combos. And we've been optimizing Bounce for so long. You always have some path forward. Oh, throwing up the Bro Fist. Hey, fellow good sport. We go Bast here. Incredibly happy to see that. Kitty and Angela off to the races. We're flying to the moon. Are we ever going to get that as a location? Chat, let me know. Let me know in the comments. How would the moon be represented as a Marvel location? I know that we've got some storyline interactions with it. It could be fun. It could be fun just imagining what's coming up in the future. Now, of course, there's so many more exotic locations that is that going to be what they go to? Probably not. But who knows? So, do I want to get into Kitty? Or I could play both. Yeah, I think we just... Where do I play the Falcon? I love hitting them with the rocks early. Higher chance for them to draw the rocks. In this case, though, they probably just play the rock to the Altar of Death. I could find the Hood or Mysterio. The illusion does get played and die to the Altar of Death. That energy cheat is so good. Ooh, I could sacrifice the Bast. Okay. I'm going to go for it. Hold the Kitty, but be able to pick up the Bast and then hopefully roll forward additional energy into the next couple turns to be able to see great value on Miss Pryde. Mrs. Pryde, she had a wedding with her dragon. Lore Masters, help. Agent 13 does nothing. Olsen also does nothing, but represents more power on both. We got the Hood. Okay, I will just sacrifice the Hood here. And then I want to play Kitty continually to Angela. Keep on buffing her to win that lane. I will say bye-bye Bast. And hello Korg. This means I have so much energy next turn. I'm not even going to really be able... Well, there's a chance that we get to play it. I could hold one of these, just send the Bast down, play the Kitty, play the Korg here, hold the Hood. Hood gets buffed by the Bast. I then choose, do you let the Hood die or do you play it for the +3 points? It still gives us time to be able to get the Demon in and then hopefully squeeze an additional card play alongside Chavez on the final turn. Seems like the line that we're looking at. Kitty plays. Did you not buff yourself? Kitty, what is happening? You got sent to 3 by Bast. Is this yet another bug? Kitty's at 0 Basses to 3. You didn't buff your... This was the first time I played her. This was the first time I played her. Now I return you. And now I play Bish. I play Kitty back. Keep on, keep the buff train rolling. Get the hood down. He dies. I can then play. Well, I'm gonna play Chavez on left, and I'm gonna play Kitty on right. Unless I need to play Shang-Chi somewhere. So I don't know how much the hood matters, but I guess it is buffing the bishop by a little bit. Okay, I convinced myself it's something. And we're scrambling to get anything. There she is. She's buffed. She's buffed. What are they showing? I'm not even sure what this... Shang-Chi is going to be much better than the Chavez. A little bit crazy to think about. Kitty come back. She's going to be slightly better than the demon. Then it's Shang-Chi. Then it's the demon to be able to get +1 on bishop. Feels pretty good. Oh, the Doom slides in. But the Angela is 13, my friend. Kitty Pryde got her to 13. Bishop buffs up to win as well. It's a beautiful board. Oh, man. Victory. So here is the latest and greatest in the Bounce deck. There's a lot of other places that I want to test Kitty, but we're going to go ahead, throw down that early evaluation. How good is Kitty? Is she worth the tokens? Ooh, this is a loaded question. She is very bugged, or what feels like very bugged at the moment. Hopefully we get a quick clarification from the developers if things are working as intended, or if they're going to give us a fix. I think that we are going to get a fix, and so some of these interactions with Collector and Beast are actually going to get stronger. I think the Bounce deck is quite good. It is still a little bit off meta. Kitty Pryde does feel like she is making it better. I'm going to rank her at a 8 out of 10. And then the question of, is she worth the tokens? 6k tokens is so hard to recommend for any of these cards. But here's the thing. Hitmonkey is coming out in just a week. Hitmonkey is also going to thrive in Bounce. If you want to have the most badass Bounce deck, Kitty Pryde is going to be part of that as well to really unlock what it can do. And so in that aspect, I would elevate Kitty Pryde just a little bit higher than a lot of the other cards that have released recently. Kitty Pryde plus the Hitmonkey on the Bounce is going to be so much fun to be able to play with together. The thing is, I don't see it rising to be tip of the spear meta because Bounce has this Achilles heel in so many different areas. The Sandman just disables you. Leech is going to hurt you very hard as well. And then Killmonger is it's a song and a dance. You can play around initiative so easy with the returns that you can dance around the Killmonger if you're expecting it, but if it catches you out, it's just going to rip through all of your demons, your big kitty, all of that will be for naught. So with so many pieces that are hard counters to the Bounce archetype, I don't think it's going to rise to be top of the meta, but it's still going to be very good. It can get you to infinite. I am recommending Kitty Pryde, but only if you have enough tokens stockpiled to still be able to pick up High Evolutionary in 2 months' time. That's your window. High Evolutionary seems like the coolest card right now on the horizon, introducing an entire new archetype. If you're going to be able to afford him and something else, I'm picking Kitty Pryde as a gold star acquisition. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this card. If there are some crazy decks that you are testing out, having success with, or just want to see me test, I would love to really put this card through her paces. There's also going to be a pinned comment down there keeping up to date on the Buggy interaction side of things. So stay tuned to the channel. We're going to be testing her on stream tomorrow. Can't wait for that. Hope to see you guys out there. Till next time, thank you guys for watching. Keep on snapping.